dear students. I'm back with another lesson, another history lesson for you, and this time it is for the students of Punjab History and Culture, semester 3. And the topic that we will be doing is Guru Ramdas Ji, and the time period that we will be covering is 1574 to 1581 AD. So, whenever I talk about Guru Ramdas Ji, I am kind of revered, I feel blessed that I have been given this opportunity to teach you about the Sikh Gurus. क्योंकि बच्चे पंजाब हिस्ट्री कल्चर में कुछ ऐसे बच्चे आते हैं जो पंजाब से बिलोंग नहीं करते हैं, तो हमारा मेन मोटिव ये होता है बच्चे कि पंजाब ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਨਾ ਦਸੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਅਧੂਰਾ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਏਗਾ, right? So I know these students do not have that knowledge about Punjabi, so of course my lesson will be in Hindi and English so that the topic is clear to you. Right. So whenever we are talking about Guru Ramdas Ji, let me start with the quote by Khushwant Singh, a very prominent Sikh historian, in his book The History of the Sikh, Volume 1. Now he says, Ramdas had spent the better part of his 40 years in the service of the community when he was called upon to become its leader. He looked after the administration. He also represented Amar Das at the Mughal court. He had a tank dug at the site, granted to his wife by Emperor Akbar. So let's just know more about Guru Ramdas Ji. Right. So let me have my pointer. So Guru Ramdas Ji was the fourth Guru of the Sikh, right? So where was he born? He was born at Chuna Mandi in Lahore on 24th September 1534 AD. His childhood name was Bhai Jetha. His father, Hari Das, belonged to Sodhi family of Kshatriya caste. His mother's name was Anup Kaur and he belonged to a poor family. Now, although I'll be talking in much detail about this, but again, I would like to refer to Dr. Hariram Gupta's book, The History of the Sikh, where he has talked about that both his parents died before Ramdas was 7 years old and he was brought up by his grandmother. Right. So now about his childhood and marriage, as I told you that his parents died at an early age. So he was brought up by his material grandmother and she took him to the village Basarke. Yeah, also he used to sell boiled grains to earn his livelihood. He was always ready to serve the people, which made him popular. So once he got a chance to visit Goindwal Sahib, jahan par he became the disciple of Guru Amar Das. So I would kind of talk more about this because in your book it is written in very much in detail. So let's just do first and we'll do that in detail as well. Now, Guru was so much impressed by the devotion and qualities of Bhai Jetha that in 1553 AD, Guru Amar Das Ji got his younger daughter Bibi Pani married to Bhai Jetha. Now, Guru Ramdas Ji was blessed by three sons, Prithya Chand, Mahadev and Arjun Dev, and the fifth Guru will be none other than his own younger son, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And again, you might question that didn't Prithya Chand or Mahadev have any problem? Of course they did, and we'll be talking about this in a detailed video on Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So from your book, which is by Raghunath Rai and Sukhdev Sharma, so let me just dive into little more detail how he became the disciple of Guru Amar Das Ji. Now he says Ramdas had a liking for religious and virtuous activities and he was very fond of the company of holy men. So one day he met some Sikh singing the hymns of Sikh Gurus on their way to Goindwal and they were coming to attend the Sangat of Guru Amar Das Ji. Now he was quite impressed. So Guru Ramdas Ji, now we'll just say Ramdas first. So Ramdas accompanied them to Goindwal and he was so much impressed by Guru Amar Das Ji that he became his disciple. And even Guru Amar Das Ji was so much impressed by the devotion and qualities of Bhai Jetha that he got his younger daughter Bibi Pani married to Bhai Jetha. Now, these are few of the pictures which I could kind of, kind of tell you that whatever I'm saying, that on his way to Goindwal Sahib, when he was going to meet Guru Amar Das Ji, Then I told you that how he served the Guru. So this picture says it all, that he talks about his humility and dignity of labor. He did not think anything beyond, his capability, that ye to mera kaam nahi hai, why would I do that? That was not in him. That humility, that belief that he has to serve the Guru with loyalty and dedication was actually what impressed about him to Guru Amar Das Ji. Right. So now, how does he become the Guru? Now, even after he was married, so it was not that he became Guru before his marriage, but he was married to Bibi Pani because of his good qualities. But even after marriage, he continued to serve Guru with full devotion, selfless service, humility, and the sweet nature of Bhai Jethaji had a profound impact on Guru Amar Das. And on the 1st September 1574, Bhai Jetha began to be known as Guru Ramdas, and hence he became the fourth Guru of the Sikh. There's one important thing which has been mentioned by Khushwant Singh, by Dr. Hariram Gupta. They say that Guru Amar Das also gave blessing to Bibi Pani that Guruship would remain in their family. Although Raghunath Rai and Sukhdev Sharma, they mentioned that it was basically she had asked herself. It's written that she had asked for this blessing, and Guru Amar Das gave the blessing to Bibi Pani that Guruship would remain in their family. That is, the hereditary nature of the Guruship is what we will hear from now. Now, this is Bhai Jethaji being blessed by Guru Amar Das Ji. All right, now let's come to the second part of this chapter. So let's just kind of revise what we have done, and then we are doing Guru Ram Das Ji. We talked about his birth. He was born on the 24th September 1534 at Chuna Mandi in Lahore. So his childhood name was Bhai Jetha, his father's name was Haridas, mother's name was Anup Kaur, right? And then we talked about that at a very early age, his parents died. He was brought up by his maternal grandmother, and she took her to village Basarke, where I also told you how he got a chance to visit Goindwal Sahib, and it is here that he had gone to meet Guru Amar Das Ji. This is Guru Amar Das Ji Guru Ram Das Ji serving Guru Amar Das Ji, right? And we also talked about the marriage of Guru Ram Das Ji with Bibi Pani, the daughter of Guru Amar Das, right? Now, even after marriage, I told you that he kept on serving the Guru with full devotion, and it was on the 1st September 1574 that Bhai Jetha began to be known as Guru Ramdas, and henceforth he was to be the fourth Guru of the Sikh. And from here, the blessing was given to Bibi Pani that Guruship will remain in her family. Right now, this is Bhai Jethaji being blessed by Guru Amar Das Ji. Right now, we've done one portion of our topic. Now let's talk about the contribution of Guru Ramdas towards the development of Sikhism. So we'll be taking into account these 5 important points. We'll be talking about the foundation of Ramdaspura, introduction of Masand system, reconciliation with the Udasi sect, other important work, and the friendly relations with Akbar. So let's start with that. The first is your Ramdas Pura. Now, before I go on to kind of talk about this, I also want to tell you that very soon I'll just have a video just on the Golden Temple, Amritsar, to give you much more details and intricacies about it. So now this is one of the most important achievements of Guru. In 1577, he founded Ramdaspura. Here he also settled 52 traders belonging to different trades, and later this came to be known as Guru Ka Bazaar, right? Now, Guru also planned to construct 2 sarovars, Amritsar and Santokhsar at Ramdaspura. The digging was entrusted under Baba Buddha, and later on Ramdaspura came to be known as Amritsar. So this is Guru Ramdas and Baba Buddha ji at the digging of the 2 tanks, Santokhsar and Amritsar. But let me just tell you a little more about it because it has been written in much more detail in your book. So it's mentioned that Ramdas was laying the foundation of the new city which was named as Chak Guru or Ramdaspura. Now it is known as Amritsar in 1577. Now this land was actually gifted, this 500 bighas of land was gifted by Akbar to the daughter of Guru Amar Das ji, Bibi Pani, right, or the wife of Guru Ram Das ji. Now, in this tract of land, Guru Ram Das ji had built two tanks, Amritsar and Santokhsar, and this has again been mentioned by various historians that Guru Ram Das ji shifted his headquarters from Goindwal to the new site. Now, a little twist here is that Professor Teja Singh and Ganda Singh, they are of the view that maybe Guru Ram Das ji shifted from Goindwal to the new site as a precautionary measure to avoid any unpleasantness with the relatives of the last guru. So Guru Ramdas ji also encouraged his followers to settle in this new city. A large number of huts were built, and this the new bazaar which came to be known as Chak Guru, the Guru Ka Bazaar, and here it was another way to make the people of town self-sufficient and prosperous. Now, little more about this. What was the importance of the setting up of Ramdaspura or the foundation of Amritsar? Right. So, number one, the new city provided the Sikh with another place of pilgrimage and a center for the propagation of Sikhism. Number two, Guru Ram Das had invited traders, artisans, craftsmen of different caste and professions to settle in the new city. So, as a result, it developed as the biggest center of trade and social life. Third, as Gokul Chand Narang observes, that Amritsar city was established at such a place that it attracted lot of Jat peasantry, and this Jat peasantry was to be the backbone of the fighting force under the later gurus. Again, a Muslim scholar, Muhammad Latif Fourthly, he says, by founding Amritsar at a central place of Punjab, Guru Ram Das laid the foundation of the future generations of Sikh as a nation. Right? All right. So this is Ramdas Pura, right? Now, the other thing we'll be talking about is the reconciliation with the Udasi sect. Now, you know that Udasi sect was founded by Baba Sri Chand, the eldest son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and we also know that there was some kind of, confrontation, to nahi main kahungi, but some kind of the war of words between Udasi sect and Sikhism. And in that case, I would say that Guru Angad Dev Ji and Guru Amar Das, the second Guru and the third Guru of the Sikh, had severely attacked the sect of the Udasis, the followers of Baba Sri Chand. But Guru Ram Das Ji, by his gentle bearing and humble ways, won over them. In fact, the Udasis developed such deep appreciation for Guru Ram Das that their celebrated leader Sri Chand visited him to pay his homage. And it is said that once Baba Sri Chand, the founder of Udasi sect, he came to see Guru and he said, "Why have you grown such a long beard?" The Guru replied, "I have grown such a long beard to wipe the dust from the holy feet." Baba Sri Chand was so much impressed by Guru's modesty and humility that he gave up opposing Sikhism from that particular day. Now, when we talk about Dr. Hariram Gupta, in fact, he mentions that about 40 years had passed and the feeling of grievance had been considerably assuaged. So it said that Baba Sri Chand came to see Guru Ramdas. Now he writes that Guru received him on the outskirts of Goindwal with the offering of sweet. The rest we have talked about, rest that what remark he says, and how Guru replies that the long beard is to wipe the dust from the holy feet of holy men like Baba Sri Chand. Right now, how does it impact us? Now, number one, Bache, I would say a long drawn tension and conflict between the Sikhism and the Udasis ended, and number two, it went a long way in propagating Sikhism and in making Sikh religion a popular one. Now, the third most important contribution of Guru Ramdas Ji is the Masand system. Now, whenever we talk about the Masand system, there will be little confusion because I've also told you about Manji system. So, sometime for the students it becomes little confusing. ये दोनों system अब जब इकट्ठे आ गए हैं तो कैसे करना है? मैं आपको हमेशा कहती हूँ बच्चे, हिस्ट्री में to learn anything, like if I tell you about, I'm just an example, early Vedic age or later Vedic age or Buddhism or Jainism, Manji or Masand, the only way to understand the concept is by comparative analysis. Now compare the two systems and I think it'll be much more clear. Now when I talk about the Manji system, उसको शुरू करने वाले कौन है बच्चे? गुरु अमरदास, राइट? एंड उन्होंने क्यों शुरू किया? बिकॉज गुरु जो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा उनकी एज थी, उस टाइम पे फॉलोअर्स बहुत बढ़ गए थे, हर किसी के पास गुरु के सर्मन्स पहुंचाने मुश्किल थे। सो उन्होंने अपना पूरा जो स्पिरिचुअल एरिया है उसको 22 एरियाज में डिवाइड कर दिए थे। वहाँ पर अपना चुना हुआ सिख, जिसे वो मंजीदार कहते थे, वो जाता था और मंजी पर बैठकर जो है गुरु के सर्मन्स लोगों को दूर दूर तक जो है जाकर देते थे। अब क्योंकि वो व्यक्ति मंजी पर बैठता था तो सिस्टम केम टू बी नोन एज द मंजीदार। अब बट नाउ व्हाट इज मसंद सिस्टम? नाउ मसंद सिस्टम वाज स्टार्टेड बाय गुरु रामदास। Now, since Guru Ramdas had started the digging of two sarovar, Amritsar and Santokhsar at Ramdaspura, he needed money to complete the work. So, उन्होंने क्या किया? So, he began to send his chosen Sikh as the representatives to different places to collect money from the Sikh and to propagate Sikhism. Now, this institution came to be known as the Masand system. Now, while I was kind of researching, while I was writing this, I was kind of making your PPT, I also came across these historians who have also mentioned that there was a confusion, there was a kind of feeling that they felt that ये जो मंजी सिस्टम है, इसी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को आप कहो कि मनी भी कलेक्ट करके लाए। लेकिन later it was found that it was not much more appropriate. Rather, for collecting money to complete the work at Ramdaspura, Masand system was much more appropriate. अब मसंद सिस्टम में अगर मैं थोड़ी और बात करूं तो ये मसंद सिस्टम में आगे जाके गुरु अर्जन देव जी जो 5th गुरु थे, उन्होंने दसवंत का कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस किया। दैट मीन्स इट इज़ मैंडेटरी फॉर एवरी सिख टू गिव 1/10 ऑफ हिज इनकम टू गुरु फॉर द डेवलपमेंट वर्क। इसी में गुरु हरगोबिंद जी, आपके 6वें गुरु जो है, ही एडेड अ न्यू थिंग। ही टोल्ड दीज मसंस दैट रादर दैन गिविंग मी मनी, collect the arms and horses, which was the need of the hour at that time. And we'll talk in detail about the new policy of Guru Har Gobind Ji, right? Now I will have another video just on the Masand system because sometimes questions are asked on the Masand system in detail. Right, so this system came to be known as the Masand system. Right, what was the importance of this system? Number one, it succeeded in collecting money required for the construction of sarovar. It went a long way in propagating Sikhism in the remote areas. It also helped in the consolidation of the Sikhism. So these are the three important if impact it has. One, money could be collected which was required for collecting the sarovars, helped in propagating Sikhism in the remote areas, helped in consolidating Sikhism, and of course Sikhism became popular as a religion. Now there are some other important work. One, he composed 379 shapads. He also introduced Lama in the Sikh marriage. He further consolidated the institution of Pangat, Sangat and Manji system. He condemned Sati system, caste system, child marriage and denial of the widow remarriage. Now, for the propagation of Sikhism, he converted large number of people to his faith. So he took some praiseworthy steps for the propagation of Sikhism. Another important thing which has been mentioned by various Sikh history books, that he codified the daily conduct of the Sikh. मतलब उनको कैसे करना है. Now Guru Ramdas Ji thought it prudent to codify the daily conduct of the Sikh. He asked them to eat less, sleep less, rise early in the morning, take bath to contemplate the name of the true Lord. Then he also told them to dwell upon the Lord through the Guru's word. Then they should develop humility, charity, forgiveness, and sweet words in their conduct. Now, this code of conduct later on served as a draft to as a directive to the draft manual of Rahit Maryada. So all these factors was helping in giving Sikhism a distinct religious character, right? All right, so this is again another point which we had talked about is Akbar and Guru Ramdas ji. So this is a beautiful picture. Actually, to be very honest, Bache, whenever we start looking for any kind of videos or any kind of PPTs or photos on Guru, it is very much limited to the religious aspect. But because for all the students who are coming to Punjab to study, our universities, in fact, lots of universities in Punjab, Guru Nanak Dev, Punjabi University, Punjab, they all make sure that people who come here in Punjab are told about the Guru. So we, as teachers, it's our duty to tell you about our gurus, and I hope I'm doing my duty diligently. If you have any kind of comments, please do leave your comments at the comment section. So now we'll be talking about Akbar and Guru Ramdas ji, the relations between the two. Now Akbar was so much impressed by Guru Ramdas ji. As I told you before, he donated 500 bighas of land to Guru Ramdas. He also remitted 1 year's land revenue to the farmers on the recommendation of Guru Ramdas ji. Now, with this, we have come to the end of this chapter on Guru Ramdas ji. But again, we'll be talking about the nomination of the successor. Now, in 1581, Guru Ramdas nominated his youngest son Arjun Dev as the next successor. Halanki bache, when I told you Guru Ramdas ji had three sons, Prithya Chand the eldest, then is Mahadev, and the youngest one Guru Arjan Dev ji. So Prithya Chand, being the eldest, was quite annoyed, and he also got into a lot of conspiracies. Now second son Mahadev was not interested in the worldly matters, so Guru Ramdas emerged with the immortal on the 1st September 1581, and the next Guru now is Guru Arjan Dev ji, that is the fifth Guru of the Sikh, right? Now, although Guru served for about only 7 years, but yet he succeeded in giving a new impetus to the Sikhism. Again, whenever I talk about the Sikh history, my favorite book is The History of Sikh by Khushwant Singh. So let me end by what he says. Ramdas, while he chose the new successor, expressed the hope that as one lamp is lighted from another, so the Guru spirit will pass on to him and will dispel the darkness in the world. So the next video will be talking about Guru Arjan Dev ji, right? And the time period will be 1563 to 1606, right? So this is all I have about this lesson. I hope you've liked this lesson. Any kind of comments or any kind of things that you want me to add, or any way you want me to teach you, I'll be more than happy to receive your comments. Bye bye, and take good care of yourself.